About yourself, how was it?
How was it? Well, it was an experiment in time and sound. That's how the show was. I mean, basically, I don't really have a plan for clinics. I just kind of set things up, especially when it's a festival with a bunch of drummers playing. And then I just go by feel, whatever I feel like, whatever inspires me to pick up something, hang drum, flute, cowbell, bells. I just try to really deal with the sound in the moment and not so much into like things that I know I want to do section-wise. And that's really what it is. It's a combination of, I'm a technology freak and I like electronics, and it's a combination of traditional things that I've learned and studied in Africa and Brazil, and my electronic things that I studied as an engineer, and my history with jazz and funk and rock, and just putting it into one bowl and mixing it up like a salad and just getting inspired by the sounds of everything. Now, I didn't get a chance to mention it, and I'm embarrassed to, but I have a new CD and DVD out, available for sale. It has Pharoah Sanders on it, Stanley Jordan, Mos Def, Marcus Miller, some great musicians. It's called Native Lands. My DVD has a history of my research with all of these instruments and my rock and roll career. And I'm touring with that band. It's called Native Lands CD, so the band's called Native Lands. I leave tomorrow morning for 2 months with Living Color. We're working on a new CD, and we're going to record some things in Europe, and we're going to tour in Europe, get back to the States, hopefully finish everything by February and March, and then by the spring of 2009, we should have a new record out, we hope. Well, I mean, there's an interesting history with the Modern Drummer Festival because, believe it or not, I played my first one in 1989, so it's been a while. And the magazine contacted me, and, Mapex got behind me and sponsored me as well, and I was able to really... we see each other, parties, NAMM shows, so on, but things fell into place. It's been a long time, and I think this was a good time for me to come with the vibe of all the music and all the musicians and stuff. It was a nice time. So really today, it's a combination of years of being familiar with the magazine, doing interviews, being on the cover once, and my relationship with Rob and Paul from Drummers Collective. My first teacher, Horace Arnold, who's over here. You should probably ask him some questions too, but all of those things happened around the same time, early mid-'80s. I met everyone and started to study at Drummers Collective and then got hooked up with the magazine. So today is kind of like a reunion for me. It's like a family reunion with the guys and their careers. The magazine has grown, the festival has grown, I've grown, and we're coming back to meet again at this festival, so it's really nice. Here, Jack DeJohnette designed resonating Sabian bells. These are all Sabian bells. Let me try to get a mallet or something. I don't make too much noise. And they come in different keys. So I like to use, this is C, E, G, and F, because my wave drum is tuned to C, and this pad is tuned to like F. So you get, so I'll start over here. Fantastic. These are from the 80s disco era. They were used with the cheesy disco kind of Cerrone days of just drummers playing cheesy fills with dance music. I think they're cool. They've been reinvented by a company called Pintech, and I like them. It's not so much as drum sounds, but I have them wired to this D-drum machine to some alternative bass and loop sounds. So I use it more as a percussive ambient thing to create some percussive noises. So, and it looks good on stage. Neon, it's cool. It's dated, but it's back. This is a Malian ceremonial bell. Very big, but used for ceremonies with like 60 or 70 drummers. Sometimes they play with their hands. And then you could play with a stick as well. Back to Sabian, Calhoun, Mad Hats, 14 on top, 14 and 1/8 on the bottom. The bottom cymbal is a little bit bigger than the top to get a different kind of a percussive sound. Evolution, Ozone series, very nice. These are vault cymbals prototypes. This is, I call it a desert ride, very flat, thin, 19. Good for jazz, drum and bass. Very thin so you can control the sound. I like it because it works for rock, jazz, funk, and everything, so it's kind of nice. Crash and ride, 17AA. I love it, works for everything. Vault prototype, jazz cymbal. It's kind of like got an Elvin Jones vibe. Great crash, great ride. These are my design. They're called Alien discs. They come in sizes 2, 4 to 14. And it's just that, happy, sad Christmas vibe. This is the Mandela pad. only touched on it briefly. It's a buddy of mine who used to have Woodstock percussion, and he's doing some interesting simple things now. It's Hammer X guy. The pedals are designed by a gentleman from Australia named Don Schliessman. They were designed in 1958, and it's taken him a while to get going again, but he started the company again. I like them because they keep me centered. One pedal's here on the right leg, the one's on the left. The snare's in the middle, so it makes everything easier to deal with. This is a dualist. You can play single. You can hit this button over here. You can get two. So that's the dualist vibe there. And then my electronics are, D drum here, wave drum here, TC Electronics. The flute that I played is from southern China. It's called the Ebo. And that's all the love. And then really, I'm the effect, like you are the effect. These are just instruments, but you have to affect them to make them sound the way you want them to sound. And that's my concept for creating music.